Alright guys, we are here with Max Reynolds today, and what did you do?
I won a mat at YCS Memphis.
Ooh, that's
Top
pretty
32.
good. So what did you play?
I played Urban Pendulum.
Oh, Urban Pendulum.
Yeah, very suburban. It's urban. Yeah, it's the Pendulum FTK deck. I'm sure you're all very interested to see my deck list.
Awesome. Alright, let's see what we got here.
So, to innovate, I decided to play a 3 Black Thing Magician. I felt like anyone playing 2 of this was just wrong. Shout out to Jesse Cotton. This card is just crazy. It's absurd. If you cannot FTK, you need some help, and I mean, he's fucking huge, so that's the one. 3. What?
I was gonna say, also, I agree. That's my favorite magician. I think he's definitely one of the most underrated.
You hear that? Jeff Jones agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means 3 Black Thing. 3 Harmonizing Magician. You know, I had to play 3. Not really gonna explain that. 2 Purple Poison. Whoa! This card is okay, not like super good. It was mainly just good as a 1 scale. I didn't really, or just like 2 FTK someone. So yeah, not really much else to say there. 1 Janky. This is my favorite magician. It's so good. It's really good against the Lightsworn deck because it beats Tyranno and it beats Snow. Obviously, if they have both, you can't do anything. But if you can Pendulum, you can still beat it because you can like negate Tyranno and then make Starving Venom and then copy the Tyranno and you're just in there. So yeah, and it's also good against Trickstar. It's like very good against Trickstar. 1 Oath Dragon. I really like 2 of this card normally, but in this deck you can't really afford to draw a bunch of like non-dark Pendulum monsters because you're just trying to OTK or FTK. So 1 was fine. You do need it to grind, so it's important. Both the Garnets. Not much to say there. 3 Astro and 3 Chrono. You want to just see these types of cards like in every hand. So I played Cerberus 2. I don't really like this card. And the normal deck, it's like very just not good. If it gets Ash, like your turn just sucks unless you have one of these, so you can still make Electromite and pop it. But in this deck, it's like really good because you just want to make Electromite before you Pendulum, and then just dump the 13, and then you just like FTK most of the time. I actually think these cards are like very good just going second. Like that's when I prefer to see them. I don't really like them that much going first, and then Jackal. For the urban side of things, 3 Darkworm. 1 King Gate Infinity, apparently that's the card's name, no idea. 2 Gate 0. There's really no reason to play more of this, and then this is just a good 2 of. You just want to open this like every hand, some way to get to it, so you play Foolish and then 2 Shrine. If you see like this card in like any like playable hand, you're probably just FTKing your opponent. If you have Jackal access, you could do it through most hand traps. So that's pretty cool, I guess. 3 Allure, you just want to like get to your FTK cards, so you just need to have a consistent draw engine. It also fixes bad hands, so it's good. It's also like a good way to bait negates. People don't like allowing their opponents to have more cards to use, so like it's very often that they will negate this card. So pretty good. 2 Pendulum Call. I don't think I'd play the deck without 2 in any variant. It's just like very good. It helps you like discard bad things, and then if you have Dark Worm with it, it's just like broken. So 2 is pretty good. 2 Pot of Desires. I didn't want to play 3 because I like never wanted to draw another. So yeah, and then like another reason why I like this is because it discards your dead cards and then turns them into live cards. So as a 2 of, I really like it. And then 2 Instant Fusion because I guess this is allowed. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is just so bad right now. I cannot believe that this is okay, but here we are. Instant Fusion is back. The extra deck, shout out to my friend Sage for making this field center for me, and Bowden is large. Can't really do a profile without that. 2 Electromite. I don't really feel like I wanted 3. I was like never making 3. I'm not playing that 4 negate deck, so 2 is just fine. 1 Underclock Taker. This is for when you get Reapered. You need to be able to like still do something, and without it, it's like very awkward, very hard. Metatron, normal, and Borreload because I refuse to enter a tournament without this card in my deck. I feel like there's just like it's just going to come up, and you're just going to be pissed if you do not have it. So Borreload's a good one. Dweller is the only rank 4 I play. You know, I was playing Tornado Dragon, and that card just fucking sucks. It is awful. I didn't want Time Star in my deck. I really didn't want anything. I figured the Dweller at the very least would be very good against like every deck in the format, like to an extent. Against even the mirror match, it stops him from using Dark Worm. And one of my opponents today, I made this because I couldn't FTK, so I ended on like Hope, Vortex, Metatron, and Dweller. And I Stamina Phase Dwellered him, and he linked off a Absolute Dragon and was not allowed to summon Vortex due to the Abyss Dweller ability. So that was very good. And then obviously it's good against grass decks. Trickstar is not so great against, but it's Trickstar, so it's fine. One Absolute Dragon and one Harbinger, the only other XYZs I played. Ignister, pretty normal. I played this guy. A lot of people really don't play this. I was testing as much as I could, and playing against the regular deck, this card just kept coming up for us. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing, so I needed help, and that was very evident this whole weekend. But I really liked it. I would definitely use it again, so good card, in my opinion. One Vortex, 3 Starving Venom. Most people play 2, but the third one like actually comes up for the grind. It also like serves as your last Electromite if you need it. But also you can FTK and resolve like 3 of these if you haven't normal summoned and you have Oath in your scale, because you can like make the first 2 and then to like stop like ogre the other one, you can just Oath add monster and then you just like normal and do the other one. I did that once. And it's just like nobody sees it coming, so they might like play differently too. Obviously after this, if someone saw it, and they would know, but it's pretty fine. And then once again, I don't know why this is allowed, but here we are. Nightingale, pretty interactive Yu-Gi-Oh card. The side deck, which was probably awful, but I liked how it worked for my liking. So I just played this Reaper as my like main hand trap, and then I have like Lancia 2. This is just for Invoked, and I thought I would play the Infernoid Dark deck like once, but I actually just didn't see it at all the whole weekend. But it was good against Invoked. It definitely came in and won me a game. And then I played this as my only actual hand trap because
The card's also good against the Gem Knight deck. Lancia.
Word. Did not know that. I'm off. Reaper I really liked because if I was going to play hand traps, I didn't want to play hand traps that ever interacted with Draco because I didn't want to roll with it. I don't really like hand traps at all against the Draco deck because they just play a mono, so I didn't want to even be tempted to put them in because I wanted to have like the most live cards as possible against the deck. So I just played Reaper because I felt like it was the best one against Pendulum. I felt like a lot of people like don't really know what to do if they get Reapered, so it was pretty high impact. I don't think I ever drew it once. So who knows, but that was my idea behind it. 3 Cosmic because Twin, you don't really want to discard anything in the deck besides Dark Worm, and I don't want to rely on having that for the card to see value, so I felt like Cosmic was fine. I think I drew this once and it was just like MST, so it was like fine. 3-dimensional barrier. 3 evenly matched. This card is, for all intents and purposes, awful, but I just felt like I wanted a card to beat Draco, but it turns out that that deck just sucks and is Bujin, so I don't really think I'm going to respect it any further. I'm just kidding, you should probably still use this in some capacity. But I was using this against Pendulum, and like that was very fine, but your hand has to be like so good to get them to negate things too evenly then, that you're not going to have enough cards to like make a board, and they're still just going to have cards in their hand from their Astrograph resolving like 7 times. So yeah, I don't really know how good this is against Pendulum, but you still need it for Draco.
Alright. Anything else you'd like to say?
I'd like to shout out my friend Jordan for topping his first YCS. That was really cool. Shout out to Jeffrey. Maybe he'll show up to the next event. I don't really know. Shout out to Noah for never mind. Shout out to everyone that drove with me. Yeah, everyone that lent me cards, Ryan. And yeah, that's about it.
I think.